Desde Oceanía y a orillas del Pacífico, aquí en la ciudad de Wellington, capital de Nueva Zelanda, damos comienzo a esta producción especial de C5N. Recorreremos sus calles, conoceremos su política, su economía y su sociedad, para saber cómo es que estos 4.500.000 kiwis, como les dicen a los neozelandeses, han logrado niveles de educación y de calidad de vida de los más altos del mundo. Viajamos a Nueva Zelanda, aquí en Wellington, para entrevistar al ministro de Relaciones Exteriores, Mary McCallie, que es a su vez ministro de la Copa Mundial de Rugby y ministro de Deportes. Él nos recibió aquí, en el Beehive, conocido también como La Colmena, y nos contó cómo ve a los All Blacks en el ámbito de la Copa Mundial. Le preguntamos también de qué manera Nueva Zelanda y Argentina pueden desarrollar negocios complementarios. Mr. Mary McCallie, Minister of the Foreign Affairs of the Government of New Zealand. Many thanks for receiving us here at the Beehive. Why do you think rugby is so important in New Zealand?
We have a long history, of course, of success in rugby. It is the #1 sport here, which makes us different from most of the other countries that are represented at the World Cup. For them, rugby may be number 2 or number 3 sport. For us, it's always #1, which makes us so different.
What are the impacts that this Rugby World Cup has had for New Zealand?
Well, we are a small country that has, for all of its history, suffered from the geographical location we have down the bottom of the South Pacific. We are a small country that earns its income from trade and from tourism. We are now blessed by our geography because the balance of world economic power has shifted, and we see the growing economies of Asia exerting a stronger influence. And so there is an opportunity for us as a country to become more successful in trade and in tourism. And the Rugby World Cup gives us a chance to speak to the markets that are important to us about the special features that our country has. And we are trying to use that opportunity, not just to ensure that the 100,000 visitors who come here enjoy themselves and are good ambassadors for New Zealand, but also the international media who will show us, give us an opportunity to show what we have to offer in our market.
As the Minister of Foreign Affairs, how do you see Latin America and in particular Argentina?
I think this is an exciting opportunity and, as I say, not built around conventional export approaches, built around business partnerships. New Zealand has invested for many decades in agribusiness technology and intellectual property, as indeed some in Argentina have as well. We see the opportunity for business partnerships that will ensure the development of agricultural produce, and already this is happening, but we wish to see it happen on a much larger scale.
Estamos con el embajador argentino en Nueva Zelanda, Fernando Escalona. ¿Cómo le va, embajador?
Muy bien, Cecilia, muchísimas gracias, estamos muy felices.
Usted ha sido designado recientemente embajador argentino en Nueva Zelanda. ¿Cuáles son los principales desafíos que trae su gestión?
Bueno, lo que puede conllevar cualquier embajada argentina, fortalecer la relación bilateral, es excelente con Nueva Zelanda, incrementar el comercio, atraer inversiones, incrementar los contactos entre hombres de negocios, entre universidades, entre científicos, promover el turismo. Para eso, por ejemplo, está este espacio que tenemos en el Asteron Center de Wellington, que no es solamente para promocionar el turismo, sino también para explorar posibilidades de comercio e inversión entre Argentina y Nueva Zelanda.
¿Cuáles serían esas potencialidades de relacionamiento entre los dos países?
Bueno, ya tenemos muchas. Tenemos una gran cooperación y un gran intercambio en el campo agrícola, que se lleva un 70% del total de nuestro comercio bilateral, que es superior a los 100 millones de dólares, con un balance favorable a Argentina por 60, 70 millones de dólares.
New Zealand has one of the highest GDPs of the region, $28,000 per capita. Why do you think that's it? Or what are the reasons why do you have...
We have a moderately successful trading economy, but it is still not successful enough. Our GDP figures are still behind those in Australia. And of course, there is freedom of movement between New Zealand and Australia. So unless we lift income levels in New Zealand, there is always the opportunity for skilled people to move from New Zealand to take up opportunities in Australia. So for us, we need to focus on becoming wealthier and offering better opportunities to our people. And that is the core strategy of the current government, based around increasing the proportion of our economy that is tied up in foreign exchange earning activities.
How would you say that the Maori culture is weaved between the British culture?
Throughout the tournament, especially at the opening ceremony of the Rugby World Cup, that we have a special place for Maori tradition in most of our rituals. And you will see at the beginning of every All Black game, the haka, which is a recognition of the unique role that the indigenous Maori people play in this country. So we are always reminded of this unique feature of New Zealand, which is important especially to this as a tourism country. As you will see in Rotorua, this is one of the attractions that brings many of our visitors to this country.
El baile haka haka es el que define el corazón de los All Black. ¿Qué origen tiene y cuál es la relación con la cultura maorí?
Con los colonos británicos llegaron o empezaron a llegar